Hello, I'm Joanne Myers, Director of Public Affairs Programs. As many of you know, the Carnegie Council has been a forum for the discussion of ethical issues in international decision-making. But to continue to bring these wonderful programs to you, we need your help. Please visit carnegiecouncil.org, click on Donate/Join. Thank you for doing so.
This will be anecdotal, and I don't want to bring the politics into the conversation, but as a brander, you know, one of the things you learn so well from Steve, and we'll go back to Steve Jobs, is simplicity of message, focus, intent and purpose, singular vision, and consistency. And I think for me, there is a sentiment that if you probably did a sentiment analysis, that in the United States there's a frustration with the financial services, the financial sector. And the idea that they would brand themselves Occupy Wall Street led people to believe, well, these are people that are frustrated with what we're seeing as unethical behavior happening on Wall Street relative to the compensation and the management and maybe the unethical behavior. So there was a movement. But as it started to define, it became ill-defined. And the movement became about 20 different things. And people didn't have that sort of singular vision anymore. Like, well, they say this, but they're like doing all this other stuff. And I would think that if you polled, and again, this is all anecdotal, that unfortunately, as marketers, that group has failed. Because the title of the brand or the product, this Occupy Wall Street, meant one thing and became quickly diluted and ill-defined. And so I think people lost interest. I think you'd find that the general consumer sentiment has lost interest in what they're doing. I think the politicians have lost interest, and it's like they don't stand for anything because they haven't been focused, they haven't branded well, and their communication has been poor. And so, all anecdotal, but as a brander, looking just as a marketer, I think they've failed in their mission. And it has to do with, I think, the great tenets of building a great marketing strategy and a brand platform. And to me, I believe they've lost that. And I think you'll just see over time diminishing effect, whether they use social or not, because they lost their sense of purpose, their focus, their singular vision, the simplicity of what they were going to stand for. And that's where, in fact, when you see the movements in the Middle East, just look at good examples of singular, focused definition around an issue, consistency of message, consistency of delivery, and look at what's happened to governments over in the Middle East. And those were great branders and understood communication, understood the consistency, the message, the importance. You know, I think this group has diluted itself. I know that doesn't answer it, it's anecdotally, but I think if you research it, you probably find that.